Have you ever walked in a room and thought to yourself, I could have turned up dressed as a banana and nobody would have noticed me? Yep, me too. And probably lots and lots and lots and lots of other women of our age. So let's talk about that invisible feeling and how we can kick it right out the door, because that's where it deserves to be. Hi, I'm Julie and welcome to Still Sassy Over 50. I'm an accredited life coach and qualified makeup artist, and on this channel I talk about all things makeup, mindset and skincare, because looking good and feeling fabulous goes hand in hand. Today I'm diving into a topic which many women will whisper about but very rarely talk about it openly. It's that moment in your life as a woman when you start to feel invisible. I speak with so many women who say that they feel invisible, overlooked, undervalued, everywhere really, in the workplace, in the media, on the TV, and of course in their personal lives. Now, before I chug on with this very important topic, I would love it if you could subscribe to this channel and also hit the like button for this video, because every little helps, as I say here in the UK. So one of the main reasons for this invisible feeling is ageism, which, as you may know, is the discrimination and prejudice against people of a certain age. Now 50 feels quite young to be having people view you in that way, in that prejudice way, but sadly it's not. Many women I talk to are barely 50 and starting to feel like this. It's strange how when we get to this age we are looked upon as not valuable anymore, not as capable as we once were, and I don't know why. Why, just because you've got a different number next to your name that's higher than it used to be, does it make you not capable, not determined, not able to do a good job? It just makes no sense. But it's the world we live in today. And what's worse is in the workplace, lots of women of this age are now being overlooked for jobs that they deserve, to allow room for a younger colleague to come along who usually isn't as experienced. That's something else I end up working with a lot of women on. Of course, this bias can have an absolutely profound effect on us, causing us immense emotional turmoil. It just drives us mad, it really does. Well, drives me mad. I think from the women that I talk to, it's probably driving you guys mad as well. Honestly, it really is enough to make you want to scream into your pillow on a night. You might not be able to pinpoint when this started for you. It could have been perhaps when all your children finally left home. Or maybe it was someone calling you dear at the chemist as if you were 112 years old. For many women, of course, the invisibility cloak descends during perimenopause and menopause. And once it's there, it just simply refuses to budge. Hormonal changes affect the way that we look and feel. Our bodies change, our life changes, our roles shift, kids leave home, maybe your career's slowing down, or maybe your relationships are evolving into something you never expected them to evolve into. It's all change, isn't it, at that age? Everything's going on. And let's get real for a second. Sadly, we are living in a culture that doesn't, certainly in the UK, always respect its older population. It's almost like we're taking up too much space by literally being on the planet. It seems like you've got to run and hide somewhere to make room for the newbies coming behind, the younger people. But newsflash, we should certainly take up space, lots of space. We can be wise, kind, capable and bold, all at the same time. Quite a bit of research has been done on this too. In a study carried out in 2020, 70% of women over 50 said they felt invisible in the media, advertising and daily life. 70% is quite a lot of women to be feeling that way. Psychologists say that this invisibility is often tied to a drop in social validation. And what does that mean? What's the translation of that sentence? Well, it means people aren't giving you as much attention as they used to. And that's why we start to feel invisible. But here's a spicy truth for you. Other people's attention was never the source of your value. And if you have lost some of that attention, then it doesn't make you any less you. Let's stop outsourcing our worth, because if somebody refuses to see your sparkle, that's their loss. So how do we turn this ship around? sailing off in the wrong direction where you want it to turn around and head back again? Well, it starts by being seen by you, because it's that what matters. And when you see yourself in a positive way, other people will see that too. Or alternatively, you could just not care what people think at all, and I think that's probably the best option, because we can't stop people behaving as they behave. So if they're being derogatory or making you feel invisible, well, move on. We shouldn't care. What they feel is their problem, not ours. They're just not worth giving any thought to. So here are a few things you could do today to get that invisibility pendulum swinging back your way. So the first one is start showing up for yourself. Dust off your style and wear that red dress. Have a conversation with someone about something you believe in passionately and they don't. Do something a bit daring that you thought you might never do ever. Whatever it takes, do one thing this week that reminds you you are alive. Then I want you to think about changing your inner narrative. Replace I'm fading with I'm focusing. You're not disappearing, you're becoming selectively fabulous. Embrace your authenticity, the thing that is you, the things that make you. Because when you do that, it changes the shift in your mind from needing external validation to personal fulfillment. Only you can give yourself that. Stop waiting for permission. You do not need a spotlight or a stage or a man in skinny jeans calling you gorgeous to feel radiant. You need a mirror, a moment, and to make a decision to say, I'm not done yet. This is my time. Take up a bit of space, plant your feet firmly on the ground and own your presence. Now this is one that we could all have a crack at, and that is to stop binge watching influencers on social media. It's a task that's pretty guaranteed to make us feel small. You're not them, they might not even be anything like they're telling you they are. Just find something to binge that's going to make you feel good. Reflect on your accomplishments and life experiences. What have you been through in your life? What have you done? What have you achieved? Who have you helped? What have you worked as? There is so much about you, but some of it might be hidden, and I want you to try and dig deep and find those things that make you feel validated and alive again. Recognising all of these things you've done and all the stuff you've experienced reinforces your sense of worth. And then, and this isn't the first time I've said this, but surround yourself with people who lift you up. People who listen to you. Friends should be radiators, not drains. You want to mix with people who appreciate you for who you are. You don't want to be mixing with people who leave you feeling empty and anxious. So let me say this as clearly as I can. Just because you're an old woman does not make you invisible by any stretch of the imagination. You've probably given your time and energy to other people for years, but you're still here and it's time to celebrate you. We don't fade after 50, we go off like a firework. We get bold, but you have to allow yourself to do that. It's not going to happen overnight. You've got to think about it and put in a little bit of work to reclaim who you are. And if anybody doesn't see you, simply straighten your crown and strut past them. You were never meant to blend in. As Kylie Minogue once said, when I go out, I want to go out dancing. So go out dancing, go out laughing, and go out shining. If this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I post every week alternating between mindset and beauty to help women over 50 feel as powerful as they truly are. And in the comments tell me, when do you feel most seen? Stay bold, stay brilliant, and I'll see you in the next video.